Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. Please enjoy the show.
It's the corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you made it here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys, Joe, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
We are excited to announce this season, Chief Concerns is teaming up with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, to bring even more excitement to Chiefs football. Whether you're backing Mahomes to have over 4,500 passing yards, riding the over on Kelsey's 4.5 touchdowns, or picking weekly same-game parlays, FanDuel has you covered with easy-to-use features, fast payouts, and tons of ways to win. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and make every snap count. And don't forget to tune into our weekly Chiefs same-game parlay show every week during the regular season. Finding the right person for your team can be just like the NFL draft. You've got a huge board of prospects, but only a few are the perfect fit for your roster. Sometimes you're sifting through a lot of tape before you find that Mahomes-level candidate. But with ZipRecruiter, it's like having the best scouting department in the league. They find amazing candidates for you fast. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Here's why it works. The moment you post your job, ZipRecruiter's smart technology starts showing your role to qualified people, your first rounders. No waiting around for the right player to fall to you. And when you see someone you like, you can send them ZipRecruiter's pre-written invite to apply message. It's like handing them the playbook and saying, we want you in the lineup. So ditch the other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter find what you're looking for, the needle in the haystack. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/audio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Tight End. I am Marcus Dash, and we will be joined by our guy, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, shortly. I want to commend everybody for one heck of a post-game stream, first one of the year. I think as of right now, we had around 5,000 people watch the episode. So 5,000 people tuned in from Saturday night to yesterday, watching the week 1 of preseason, which, it's not the most sexy, but hey, it's football, and I think everyone was craving it based on the 5,000 viewers we had tuning in to our first post-game show of the year. Myself, Tasia, and JD had a blast. Good conversation, I will say. Great conversation as always, and I missed the post-game vibe. I missed the talking about game afterwards. Again, preseason, it's important, but nonetheless, it's one of those things where the outcome doesn't really matter. It's more about how the guys are playing, what some of the no name, not the unknown type guys who are making a name for themselves. And we saw a lot of guys come up. Jason Brownlee is a guy who you didn't know about him before, you know about him now based on him getting a touchdown. And that one play that Mahomes, the one pass play that Mahomes had, because the other one's DPI, so I don't think they really counted that. Let's see. We got an action-packed house that we got 30 people in right now. I love it. Tonight, JD is going to go over some footage. If you guys watched the show, you guys saw the Tasia and JD kind of went back and forth a little bit about the Kingsley Sumatia stuff. Suamatea. I want to clarify that because I've been called out by a certain amount of new viewers about my pronunciation of Kingsley's last name. I apologize. I'm not saying I'm an expert here, but I try. But nonetheless, so Tasia and JD had a conversation about Kingsley, how he played. And I've seen a lot of people go back and forth on Kingsley, how he played. But tonight we're looking at Kingsley's footage and Josh Simmons' footage, and JD will kind of tell us what he saw and what he liked, what he didn't like. But again, guys, small sample size with only 12 plays for both those dudes on Saturday. So, not that bad. Josh Simmons looked like a badass. I will say, PFF had whatever his numbers at 65, but I think they had his pass block at 80.7. That's why I don't even deal with the PFF stuff. They are good for certain things. Sumatia. Maya Tia. Okay. I appreciate that, Don. Appreciate that, buddy. Suma Maya Tia. Okay, Suma Maya Tia. Okay. I'll try to store that in the memory bank so I can have that for going forward when I pronounce or mispronounce Kingsley's name in the future. But I appreciate that, Don. But yeah, guys, I do, yeah. So nonetheless, 12 reps, Taya. Okay. Suma Maya Taya. There you go. Suma Maya Taya. Suma Maya Taya. Okay. Boom. Got it. Remind me again if I mess up on that in the future. But yeah, but again, what I was getting back to, there's two things here, right? One, you have the Sasha PFF is a marketing tool paid for by agents. Yeah, no, it is. No, 100%. It's one of those things too. You get to that's why JD calls him King Suma. It's smart. That's why I don't even try to get with the Felix. What I call him, I either call him King Felix or call him FAU. I don't even try to get into the nitty gritty there. But yeah, with Kingsley, King Suma, JD has it right. Call him King Suma. You don't have to worry about the pronunciation. But yeah, so what I was saying was 12 reps, small sample size. You can't really say much on, you can't, if you had one bad rep, and if you look at that one rep that he had, Suma Mayateja. There you go. I like that. That's a good one. Justin Blackwell. Nice one there, buddy. Well, like 12 reps, limited opportunities, limited snaps. We're only seeing him for a little bit. And it's like one of those things you can't, in that one rep, everyone's like showing after the game. Everyone's like, oh man, this guy's not it. Like he kind of trips there. I mean, if you look at his footwork, he kind of like trips with Creed Humphrey next to him. So again, one bad rep of 12, whatever, like small sample size. So not bad at all. And also too, we're comparing him to one of the best guards of the last like 20 years in Joe Tooney. It's tough. It's tough. And right on the other side, right next to him, you got Josh Simmons, who we're comparing him to. Who we're comparing him to? Who was that left tackle guy? There wasn't that guy. So now Josh Simmons comes in. It's like, wow, we'll take just about anything. If you look semi decent, there you go. Josh Simmons is our guy. I mean, he looked great. So like, I'm just saying, it's just sometimes it's one of those things where you're comparing someone to like, oh man, well Tooney was a badass left guard. Well, what's Kingsley doing for me? But Josh Simmons comes into a situation where it's like, who's the left tackle? Well, the guy that left guard, he had to play left tackle because we didn't have another guy. So if Josh Simmons looks semi-competent out there, we're going to be happy about it. And nonetheless, we are happy about it. So it's one of those things. I'm curious to see what JD says about the film that we're going to go over tonight from those guys, the 12 reps that those guys played. I am excited for this next weekend, by the way. So Friday night is when the Chiefs play again. It's NFL Network games. If you have NFL Network, you can watch that. And the NFL Plus, if you have that as well. But that's a 10 o'clock start time. I mean, geez, I can't remember the last time I watched a game that was a 10 o'clock start time. I mean, I get it. During the season with a lazy game, you have at 8:30, but 10 o'clock? I mean, I know it's in Seattle, but geez. My God, it's like reminds me of when I had to watch like my 76ers basketball play on the West Coast. They're playing at 10:30 start time, and I get it. It's 8:30 over there, but like or 7:30 over there. But geez, man, 10 o'clock. So that means we'll be on here Friday night right after the game, probably around 1 a.m. We may start a little earlier just because it's like, just because it's a late game on a Friday night, so we might start a little bit earlier because I'm not gonna start that thing when the game's over. We'll probably start that midway through the fourth quarter or something. So don't worry, guys. It won't be a 1 a.m. Show. It'll be something else. It'll be a little earlier than that. Stuart Saltzman, where is Jason? Jason should be joining us shortly, Stuart. You know JD is sometimes a little he's getting ready. He's getting primed up for the show. But JD will be here shortly. Yes, don't worry, Stu. Yeah. Let's take a look at who is in the chat. We have a packed house tonight. Some of the usual peeps in here. Nathaniel Walker, what's going on, buddy? I hope all is well to you, my man. Justin Blackwell, what's going on, man? Deshaun Hammonds, what's up, Justin and Nathaniel? What's up, Deshaun? Deshaun, fantastic. The other day in his appearance on Chief Concerns on the Wednesday show was great talking to him at the end. Hey, Deshaun, just wait for Marcus to get his hair dialed in. I don't know what that. Oh, actually, some fun news here. So yesterday, you guys know I play flag football. It's a big thing in the spring and summertime for me to kind of get through the months without our Chiefs. Well, your boys came in as the 1 seed in the playoffs yesterday and took home the gold 9 times in the championship game, 8 times second place. So that we were 0-8 in the championship till yesterday. And we are now officially the DC Fray Summer Men's Champions. So there you go. We got it in. It was a heck of a game. Score a touchdown, 55 seconds left, and we picked off the other team with 29 seconds left, and boom, that was game. So it was a really good moment for me and our flag football team. I know you guys always hear about the flag football stuff, so just want to let you guys know we finally won. And our guy Jason Dunn is on now. We're gonna go to JD straight from Kentucky. JD, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, brother? What's going down?
Nothing much. I'm filling in the people on one. We had for a week 1 show, post-game show, we had around 5,000 people tune in to the episode from today from Saturday night till this morning. So about 5,000 people watched our episode. We had 1,100 that night, 5,000 in general. And that's week 1 of preseason, man. Everyone's ready for football, but everyone was excited for the Chiefs Concerns post-game show.
Yes, sir.
That was nice to see. And then they also filled in our audience. I know we always talk about my flag football and I always hear about the losses in the championship, but we finally took home the gold yesterday. So we are now 1-8 in the championship games.
Yeah, baby. That's all we talking about, man. That's how you do it, Marcus. How about that? Just congratulations to you, baby.
Thanks,
Congratulations to you. Finally got the ring. You got the ring? You show the ring? Where's the ring at?
They don't do rings. They give out because they're partnered with like different bars in DC. We got some of the captain of the team. I got a picture, a nice picture that says DC Freight Champions on it, and everybody got glasses. That's our trophies that we got.
Okay,
not bad.
We deal with it. It's good.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
But the way the game ended, JD, we had the lead. I threw a tip 6. The defensive lineman tipped my ball, and intercepted it. They go up by 5 with 55 seconds left. 3rd down in our own 20-yard line. I found my guy Roshan on a post route, scores touchdown with 55 seconds left, and we take the 1-point lead. And then we pick them off on their ensuing drive, and then that's game, man.
Okay. That's how it is, baby. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
How we do it, baby. That's how we do it.
Man, look, congratulations to you. I know y'all been working hard for this thing, man. I know you have. And so this is a long time coming, ain't it? Shoot.
Big time. Yeah. I mean, talking 0-8 in the championships. That's not even heard of before. 0-8 in championship games. I mean, I don't think it's ever been done in the NFL, NBA, any league. I've never heard of that before. But 0-8, and then yesterday 1-8 now in the championship games.
Yeah, definitely not 0-8. I mean, you had the Bills, obviously, back then with Jim Kelly and all those guys having to deal with it, which is very disappointing for them. But 0-8, man, that's tough. That's tough. Y'all just had to find, the right thing to make it happen, And so
finally did it. We cut some slack from our team and going into the summer league team, and we added 2 new guys, and I took care of the rest, man. Took care of the rest.
Okay.
People calling us the Buffalo Bills, the Josh Allen led Bills, kind of got to me a little bit. I was like, I don't want to be known as the Bills. Now we got to win this thing.
There you go. That's it, man. No, good job, man. Congratulations once again.
Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. We got a packed house in here tonight, JD. A lot of people are wanting to know because it's been a few days since our Saturday show. You got everyone's. Yeah, I'm sure you've had time to break down Kingsley and Josh Simmons. I pulled up the tape. They're 12 reps that we can watch together with our community here and in tonight's episode, and that could be something to watch. We got a question from Taryn Young already to start off here. Can you all speak on Simmons' punch and Sumatia's feet? I enjoy hearing from CC. So, and we appreciate the contribution there, Taryn. We appreciate the contribution there, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Taryn. Thank you. We're going to discuss it and get into it. So what you said you brought the video? So you got the video?
We got the tape. We got it up already.
Yeah. Okay, man. Let me say what's to everybody in here. How about we do that first?
Let's do it.
Okay. We can't get away from what we do. All right. This is all to the Chiefs Concerns family and all the new people coming in, subscribers, and if you come visit, welcome. Hey, I always tell people all the time, man, the water's fine in here. The water's fine. Andre Chenault, Don Peterson, Richie Hall. Richie, you went to bed on us the other night on Saturday. You said you was out of here, I guess, when we was ready to sign on, but that's okay. You count us today. So Don Peterson, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Timmy G123, Rustin Roy, Sasha's here in the house. Justin Blackwell, Stu was here already. Stu is here. Okay, Stu. Okay, Stu's ready to hear what's going on. I'm the Brown, about time. Man, look. Already, this is some of our family, longtime family members right here, baby. I'm already seeing it, and you putting a big smile on my face just saying these names right now for the people that we know. Damani Green Beans, here we go. Oxtails, Marcus. He's talking about oxtails, baby. Gotta have it. JD, the wife says to tell you thank you for all the prayers. Can my Melody get a shout out from you? Absolutely. Hey, Melanie, I know you've been putting this battle in this fight. I just want to let you know, still praying for you, you and About Time. He told me about the surprise that you have for him, but you continue to keep putting in the fight, man. Yeah, I tell you what, being able to hear people's lives, in contact. About Time hits me on DM and stuff like that, talking about some of the things he's going through, man. And so he's been weathering the storm. Both of them have. So Melanie, this is to you from me. All right. I want to give you all my love here from Chiefs Concerns. Marcus, he's here too. So we a big old family. We got your back. We supporting you all the way. Still praying for you and About Time. About Time, go ahead and pull out your nice little bourbon if you partake in it, sir, tonight if you like. I would love to have one. I ain't had a bourbon in a long time. So, but yeah, I just wanted to say it to you, About Time, man. Appreciate it, my brother. Get back to it. Rich Cooper, my man. Jason Tarbox, what's going on, my guy? Sweetie's in here. What's up, Sweetie? Good to see you. Good to see you. Nafis Foster is here in the house. Deshaun Hammers, my guy. What's going down, man? It's good to see Deshaun. That we was on here. He came on the show last week. It was good to see him. Deshaun has a big old radio voice, is what everybody's talking about.
Amazing voice.
Yeah, very white, very white. Let's start calling Deshaun. Hannah's here in the house. Will's here. Nathaniel Walker. Let me see who else. Faye Smith. What's up, Faye? Faye was here. She came on the show. Damani Green Beans came on the show. I'm the Brown came on the show. Greg was here, man. Greg and G Pick, are they here yet? Teron Young, I appreciate the shout out. Hippie Cypriot. Simmons did look good. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And we'll get into it even more. Let me see who else we got in here. Yeah, we do got a few people in here already, man. It's good to see. We're gonna be rocking and rolling tonight, baby. We are rocking and rolling. I think that's it, man. I think that's it. So, man, we ready to, hey, let's get at it. Let's get at it. So
let's do it. I mean, hey, you can tell that the fever is real, JD. People want football back. I'm seeing people, 5,000 people on. I think it's the most we've ever had on a preseason post-game show. I mean, I know we've grown with popularity with new subscribers, but the fever is real. People want Chiefs football, and having a little taste of it, like you said, a little hors d'oeuvre of it Saturday night. People went nuts. That many people tuning in, and I'm curious to see how it's going to look on Friday night, JD. So the preseason game against the Seahawks, it's a 10 o'clock start time. So that means we'll probably be on at like 1 a.m., 12:30. I don't know, but nonetheless, that's it.
Friday night. You good?
Curious to see how that goes.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, we're gonna have some people that's gonna be able to stay up with us. Okay, they gonna come in and hang tough. We gonna hang tough, baby. We're hanging tough. So yeah, we're gonna get really ready to go.
JD also addressed, because I've seen some people say that on our comments about you and Tasia kind of going back and forth at it, the whole Kingsley conversation. People love that. I mean that clip has already gotten over 10,000 views. So you guys really love the Tasia and JD debates. But it's all love. I think it's also people say, oh yeah, but you good job for putting Tasia in this place. It's all love here, guys. It's just pretty much brothers just having a conversation about sports. That's actually what it is.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even, I was just pretty much addressing, not even Tasia in itself, but, obviously the comment he made, but, it was, I knew what he was alluding to, but more so also too, some of the comments that were coming in that were immediately jumping all over Kingsley, right? And they were just jumping on him. Oh, he's not serviceable. I told Noah John, said, oh man, Noah John, we love Noah John. Everybody got various opinions. My thing is, when you break down the film, doing a longer evaluation on things, then you could kind of take a better assessment of it, right? I mean, initially when you look at things do look bad, but these are things you can build on. And so, like Andy said in the press conference, There was mistakes made. And I said that, after the show, mistakes made on both sides of the football by both teams. But this is preseason. This is what this thing is all about. So what you have to do is you got to make sure you air all these different things out. Don't immediately go in and just start, demonizing a guy. Oh, he's a bust, this and that, man. I'm just like, y'all got to chill on that for real. And for me, from a player's perspective, I just, first off, it's not helpful. Two, it's just silly to start with that conversation. It's just ridiculous with a guy who's really, kind of getting into a new position. He's kind of getting his feet wet in these things. And this period in itself is what this thing is all about. You're here to get better. This is what preseason is for. That's why it's called preseason, right? It's before the season to get right. And so if we calling guys bust in preseason, then I think it's premature for one. Like I said, another two, I think it's ridiculous. But look, I get it. I get everybody wants to immediately, man, come on. We ain't got to do that, okay? We ain't got to do that. So,
yeah, that's been the one common thing, because I've seen some people support Kingsley on our comments, and then other people say bust. It's one that's a lopsided extreme. I mean, this guy's only been in the league for a year, and essentially he's a rookie when it comes to this position, because he switched midway through last year to guard, and a position he never played before because he was always a tackle. And then this is his first full year being a guard. So really, it's his rookie season with that position. And to call a guy a bust on a position change, it's like, especially after 1 year, because that's the thing, you wouldn't even call a guy after 1 year in his regular position a bust after one season. You take a few years to get a guy kind of do his thing and kind of get into that position. So it's too many extremes going on.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And you could temper expectations for guys. You can do that as well. I think you just kind of take it all in. You just kind of watch the progression. I think somebody had made a comment, was like, well, if preseason doesn't mean anything, then why are you guys debating? I'm like, first off, we've done a show all year, for one, okay, for the guy who doesn't know. And I'm just like, this dude must not know. And he didn't call us amateurs. I'm like, listen, you got a real NFL player, okay, that has real players and real coaches that come on this thing. We talk about real football, all right? This ain't something that we piddle with. This is what I do, okay? This is my occupation. And so when I do an evaluation and I'm making a conversation, I'm going to take it from the full perspective of, my expertise and, when I went out there and played. So I know exactly how this thing works. Listen, you're going to have up and downs. But the guys on the other side of the ball, Marcus, get paid too, last time I checked. They're trying to make the squad as well. So they're trying to beat you. And every guy that's there around you is trying to keep their job. They're trying to make their money. So we got to just think about, look, a guy's occupation, he's going to be trying harder. He's going to get coached up. This is what the coaches are there for. That's what they're there to do, okay? So it's just, I think, man, we just, I say we, I'm just saying as a community and whatnot, shoot. We just had to relax a little bit, man. Let me see. We got time. Let me see. Let me look on the schedule. We got another preseason. We got a long time to go, Marcus. Jeez. Before the first game?
Yeah. And we have a 2-week break from the time our last preseason game goes till the main thing, the week 1 of the NFL season. So
that's true. 3 weeks of practice?
Whew.
3 or 4? I mean, come on, man. Like, seriously.
And also, too, you saw that because I saw some people saying, oh, our tackling was horrendous. And it's like, if you watch because I watched a lot of preseason games this past weekend. I know you did. Mm-hmm. A lot of teams, and it's becoming a thing now because the tackling's less in practice. And I was watching a video the other day of J.J. Bird and the old Chiefs receiver when he was at River Falls in training camp. Dude was getting smacked around like in practice. And like you watch that, it's like, wait, when you watch – I mean, it's just pretty much wrapping up now. I mean, the tackling is not what it was. And so these first preseason games, you're kind of getting a taste of football for these guys because for many of these teams, they're tackling for the first time in this game. I saw Pete Carroll said they avoided tackling altogether and doing any kind of any stuff of that. The first form of tackling during practice will be when they have their inter-squad scrimmage against the 49ers this week. So a lot of teams are going through that kind of that same thing, and that's why you're seeing tackling look kind of lackluster for most teams in the league, not just the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to see it all around the league. I mean, that's just what it is. And like you said, because, they've done a great job of trying to protect guys during camp and, not wearing them out. And I get Jalen Watson's dealing with a concussion now, right? But you that element of it, the physical part of it, is hard to simulate until you get into tackling, doing live, and all those different things, right? Because you're trying to save guys. Guys are making a whole lot of money for one. Two, you need them for the season, so you don't want to risk that. So I think there's argument on both sides of it, right? I think if back in our day, we was tagging each other. We had 2 padded practice. It'd be like day after day. I mean. It's not like that now. It's just not. And so one of our philosophies back then was, if you want to be a tough team, you got to practice tough. That's what Dick Vermeil said. And we absolutely bought into it 1,000%. And so we are tattooing each other out there, daily. And sometimes in 907 and stuff, they make it live. Here we go live. Let's go. Get it live. And everybody get hyped because you knew it was going to be some hitting. You knew it was going to be some bad spopping. You knew it was going to be somebody getting their mouthpiece jarred out. So this preseason game, you're going to see missed tackles. You're going to see guys out of place. They're still trying to figure everything out. You've been practicing against your guys, for the past few weeks, and somebody new's putting a different move on you. And you're like, oh, okay. I ain't see that yet. I've been used to going against Ashton Gelati and all those different things. So that's something that you're going to see somebody different every single week. So it is an adjustment. But the good thing is you work all these things out. Like what you said, it's 100% rust. You got to work these things out. This is what training camp is all about. It's training. It's training to get better, get ready for the first game of the season. So, and I think I would even say, everybody make that assessment about busting stuff. Y'all training right now. Some of these people are training to hate on certain guys. Go ahead, get your training in.
That's true.
Spit all your stuff out now. Oh, he's a bust. Get it out now. Okay, Get it out now. So
they're getting and also people are getting their talking points so they can have that throughout the season to something just to kind of hone in on too. That's also a little practice for some of the haters out there. And also too, the point makes. I saw that comment that person said on our YouTube account that we don't care about preseason. No, what we've said is the outcome does not matter in preseason. It's how these guys look is what we're looking at. The outcome of the game, win or loss, they can throw that in the air. Right? The only people who care about that are the degenerate bettors who are betting on the outcomes of these preseason games. But as far as what we're looking for, that's what matters. Saying we don't care about preseason, we don't care about the wins and loss of it. We care about what we're seeing on the field. That's what we care about. So yes, they care about winning and losses. That take it to the air. No one cares about the win or loss aspect of it.
I mean, still got to care about you. I mean, shoot. Hey, I want to win every game. Preseason, I don't care if it's pinochle. I want to win, Marcus. You hear me? All right? If you're doing jacks, I want to win. Okay? That's the competitive spirit in it. I mean, it's just part of it, right? At the end, you could be like, oh, okay, I get it. They don't really count against us. It's preseason. But you're working to win. You are. Now, it's an easier loss than it is, but those guys are still being upset because they know they messed up somewhere and pissed off. And I hate losing in preseason because I'm just like, daggone, why we should have won at least 1 or 2? You had to. You know what I mean? Because you should just be a better team. Like, look, we're a better team than Arizona Cardinals, right? What ends up happening is the second and third string guys get taken out. And sometimes, the Cardinals kept their guys in for a long time. They did.
They did. They were, we texted about it. I mean, they needed the practice, really. They
needed the practice. Hey, look, I'm not mad at them because I would be the same way. I would say, look, ones, obviously, y'all going to get first quarter. Definitely first quarter. And then after that, then you work guys in and stuff. But shoot, if you need to work on your stuff now, and the Cardinals, somebody said that, they look good. I think they look pretty decent. They got some weapons. They got some weapons all around them. Offensively, they just practically got every defensive player that they possibly could in their draft. They drafted all defense. I think one guy was like a guard they got, offensive guard, and everybody else was defense. So they got a plan about where they want to go, and that's just part of what you do. But they got a very good defensive line. Okay, we see that, obviously on Saturday. but also too, man, they're looking to try to get away from all the craziness that's been happening with Kyler Murray and all of that. They want to win out there as well. Okay. And so, when you're at the bottom of the barrel, man, you're going to get some high draft picks. That's just how it is. So,
yeah, you're right. Six or seven picks were defensive guys.
oh, yeah.
Six or seven. And
let me ask you, I totally understand the concept of development. But I think we stick too long with players who aren't developing. What's the timeline, Pono? Because every guy is going to be developing. Every guy's developing. So you got to do that. If we didn't develop guys, Jalen Watson and those other guys when they played, we had to develop Trey Smith. He had to develop. Creed Humphrey had to develop. Everybody goes out there has to develop. So I think, man, you just got to. If there's no real timeline, I think for you when you see a guy make progress, then you're saying that right there is encouraging for you, right? Where a guy can go. What you don't want to do is you don't want to eliminate, all right, mediate that progress from a guy and take that away from him by just put him on the back shelf like, oh, we done with you. Because then there's another guy who hadn't been sitting back here, and you got to make him develop. You got to start the process all over again. So I'll say this. This is what I'll say. Offensive line-wise, and I know we talked about that. We're going to get into it, Marcus. Offensive line-wise, we have depth, and we're at a very good place because we do have guys that can come in and come play and come do the things that we need to do. So I'll just say that there. And I trust all the guys that's in there right now to get the job done. So.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. And to my Degenerate Better comment, our guy Mike Brennan, longtime viewer of the show, Degenerate Gambler nailed the under on Pat's snap count. There you go, Mike. There you go, buddy.
What was Mike? What was the over? What was it? What was the snap? What was projected?
The handoff to Pacheco 8 yards. He had the so was he with 3 snaps, 4 snaps? So what, 4.5 then? 5.5? I mean, I can't imagine they had him doing more than that. I don't know. Yeah, Mike, I'm curious to hear what the line was on that. 4.5 over under. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So he had 4, either at 4 or 3 snaps. So yeah, right there, man.
I'm shocked with that. I'm actually shocked because he would have been in if he's getting, let's just say, on the 35 or 40, if you got six reps, I would have went with the over all day on 4.5 for real.
Yeah, because situationally, we got the ball in the red zone, so it was like, okay, so obviously they thought we were going to go 3 and out. Then is what Vegas probably thought then.
Right, that is crazy. That's crazy. It just ended up like that. Really,
Mike, you got balls of steel, my man, for doing the under on that one. All right, so JD, you ready to get after some film study that everyone, all the fans, been clamoring about?
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's
do it. All right, so guys, JD is going to break down what you guys been asking about, and that is digging into what we saw from our guy Kingsley. Here we go. All right, so here we go. This is 12 plays from Kingsley and Josh Simmons, and so we're gonna find out if Kingsley did a good job on Saturday, JD.
So I tell you what, man, I watched this film. All their plays. Got a little bit of the second half for some of the guys out here. And so for me, I think they did a pretty decent job. And what I did, Mark, is I actually went back. Okay. Pono had made a comment. Pono, and I appreciate you so much, was talking about it. Oh, everybody's talking about, Kingsley and how he did against Denver last year and, put him on a pedestal. And I think it takes context. For one, I went and I watched his stance. I watched his leverage. I watched if he gotten better from where he was last year to where he is this year, at least for this small sample size. And he has. He absolutely has. And he was going against Zach Allen, which is probably arguably one of the top defensive tackles in the league, up and comer. And he did a good job. I think when he first got out there, Zach took him to task, like got right by him. It was just like, oh. But what I tell you where the difference where he has gotten better. Let me start there. Okay. What you see from him now is he's starting to develop understanding getting lower. Okay. When you're a tackle, if you're 6'5", most tackles will play at 6'5" to 6'6", 6'3" if they can. But at guard, you got to stay low. You know, it's all about leverage. It's all about punch. It's all about power, moving their feet. Where he's sitting and rocking back where he was last year is much better. His stance is much better. Last year, he was kind of sitting back on his heels a little bit. And he was, without a doubt, like almost backpedaling, if you will. But because he's strong, he was able to kind of at least catch guys and stay in front of them. And so he has gotten better on that. And I know they had to work on as far as what his weight distribution looks like also too. Now, for me, I would like his weight distribution still to be a little bit more, see his feet straddles just a tad. But I think right here, he's pretty decent. He looks pretty balanced. And it all depends on if you're running or pass blocking. Okay. So this is good strike right here. What I love about it also too is he's changed his position from where he is. Last year when he sat back off the center, about 2 yards. Now he's kind of crowding the ball a little bit, which is perfect because I think especially there at guard, you got to get your hands on a guy immediately. Or if you don't, you got to make sure you're able to recover. So go ahead, Marcus. All right, I ain't gonna talk everybody to death, but I just want everybody to kind of see.
So good stuff, JD.
And also what you see here too, our guys, our big boys up front are absolutely built for run. They are. This is what they can do really well. They can really get on people and move bodies. Okay. They do a great job of going hip to hip symmetry. Look at that. I mean, look at Josh Simmons. These are two young guys. Watch them click. They're not fighting against each other. This is a zone. This is RPO. Okay. But the way they're zoning and looking, look at that. This is textbook. That's textbook. They're moving this guy. If we want to give the ball to Pacheco right here, we can. The reason we're not giving it to him, Marcus, is because the count in the box. It's usually RPOs. If you see more than 6, you're throwing the ball. That's how RPOs work. Okay. It's pretty much kind of your rule. All right. But it's pretty much on Pat if he wants to run it, if he feels. But we got safeties down here in the box. We are completely outnumbered. Okay. We are. So this is why we're throwing this football. Tyquan Thornton, when I look initially running the route, I'm like, man, that's kind of a bad route. But the dude grabbed him. So he can still help him out. He'll help himself out on this throw. But I tell you, man, who's ready? You see that joker right there, 15? He is ready to play. He is ready to play this year. I'm telling you, he is laser focused and putting the ball exactly where they need to be. But same thing with Creed and Trey. Look at that. That double team going up to the second level, this is textbook. This is absolutely perfect. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. Same thing with Trav, gets number 5. I mean, this is good play. Pacheco looked good running the ball. All our backs look good. Let me say that too. All the running backs look good.
They did.
Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Elijah Mitchell, Brashard Smith. I mean, he got a little bit, but, what you going to get toward that end? Thor looked good running daggone football.
Yeah. No, they all look great.
Yeah.
I think I saw someone say in comments earlier saying that Eli Mitchell didn't look good just based on his box score. It's like if you watched him, you look great out there. Yeah, you got people didn't watch the game. So you just look at box score numbers.
Listen, man. Look, I know it, right? You'll see what you want to see, right? Box scores. Okay, there we go. Oh, you have a good game, man. Watch the tape. So you look good. Very impressive. Okay.
So, JD, a lot of people have noticed and they were big fans of Josh Simmons' stance. What did you make of Josh Simmons' stance? I think a lot of people were just they said, I guess we're not familiar with that kind of stance that he had, but what do you think about it?
No, I mean, if it works for him, well, I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, to me, he's kicking out, so he's already ready. He's ready to engage. And if it's helping him get out faster, shoot, hey, if he likes it, I love it. And he's effective. So I ain't no problem with it. Look at that kick. I mean, he's exactly, but also too, he overcommitted. He overcommitted with so go back. So he sees here, he knows he's got two. If two comes, he's got him as well. So he's helping Creed out. Okay, this is just a count. All right. But he turns his shoulders. So when he turns his shoulders, his body gets relatively high. That's what ends up happening. Right? So immediately when he does like that, gets the other hand on him, okay, he's got to turn back. So look at that foot still off the ground. So when he turns back, two just catches him because now look how high he is. Look how high he is. Now look at him relatively to, okay, tackle on our right tackle, okay, Jalen Moore. He's high as he is. Look at Josh Simmons. Look how short he is, okay? That's leverage. That's all leverage is. So when he's doing like he's pushing that, he's coming back, he got too high and he's off balance. So two just runs straight at him and just pushes him. But this is where he has to work on it. This is where he has to work when he's actually did a video. When he's sitting over here, okay, all right, when he turns, he's got to turn with power, all right? He can't be high. He turns, overcommits, he comes back this way, he's too high. That's all it is. So when he comes back, he opens up and he's off balance, but he's too high. So even if he goes two hands, he's looking at that guy, all right? He's got to come back with power, stay low. Being like this balance down here, that's his friend. It's leverage. Down here is your friend. It's leverage. Because this is where all your power is. This is where you can reinsert, refit, get your hands in. So for him, he's just high. He just caught him on balance. But those are things you have to talk about. You got to work with him. And so he'll get it. Sure. But hey, man, there's been plenty of guys got caught like that. Right? They ain't no different. So coach him up on it. That's what we'll do. All right. Go ahead, Marcus. He just got to be more stout. It's a stout punch. Stout. Boom. There's no punch there. See how I stay low? There's no stoutness. You're retreating. And you're retreating, you're trying to catch. To a guy that's coming at you full speed, you're going to lose that.
It wasn't about him getting knocked off his alignment.
I mean, I don't see that. I don't see that.
Neither do I.
No. And I think, to be honest with you, just initially, if he's coming back, he's seeing, two come in there with power, like you got to come back with bad intentions. Right here, he should smack two. He's waiting on two to come to him, and he should immediately come with bad intentions on two and be more physical. You see that? He's catching it. And his feet got narrow because he's turning. But the thing is, Marcus, like I said before, if you stay low, you turn back with power. And when you come, swing your hips, but stay low when you swing your hips.
Yeah, it's like he's waiting for him to get there.
Yeah, he's off balance. Boom. So, yeah, can't have that. Much better. See how low he is? Now, see, he's still got to work on his levels, okay, of not raising up. All right, it's just stepping with power. 2 comes again. You see how he's a little bit lower, but still 2 still up underneath him. So he still got to keep his hips low, stay low. Another thing too, when he's pushing out, his feet get a little heavy. And I've seen that as it went on, like when they had that long drive. I mean, them jokers was tired. hey, preseason, you get tired now, okay? Because you ain't had long drives. And so I watched all of them. Same thing, Josh Simmons here. Good. Now, right here, he's pushing back. He should already be ready to go and fire to hit 5. All right. I think once in his head, he gets to the point where he understands where he needs to punch, the timing of the punch, he's going to be fine. So sometimes you'll wait for the guy to come in and try to initialize, putting his hands and working it for you to punch. Juan Castillo, who was a brilliant offensive line coach, he was up there with the Baltimore Ravens. He was sitting there doing some work, and I went up there to go see him and John. And me and Juan walked out there in practice. He said, JD, he said, man, what I'm teaching my tackles is take the guesswork out of the punch. You just punch 1, 2, 3 step, punch. You just do that so you know already immediately to punch. And what guys do is defensively, they'll start fighting because they know the punch is coming. As soon as they see the punch, they're trying to get your hands down. But he has great position. That's what I love about Josh Simmons. He just had great position. Because he's so athletic, it's going to be hard to get around him. He's going to be able to fight. He's going to be able to recover. That in itself is a rare thing to have. That, gentlemen and ladies, is a talent and a blessing right there. He's able to just be able to move. I mean, daggone. He's got great feet. Best feet and tackles in the draft. No question about it. And he'll get there. That punch, it will help him with. I'm trying to tell you, man, offensive line is built to run the football. We need to let them decimate the line. That way, when it comes fourth quarter, you take a lot out of them jokers. So they don't have no more speed rushing. Good punch. Initial, there you go. Good. Now he's got 91. Good. Look at Josh Simmons. That's it. That right there, just creating that from that draw. Like that's the space that you want to be able to create. Good. Now Jalen Moore, same thing. Get a little high, get his legs moving a little bit. This is good. Shoot, I would be scared. I'd be like, no, coach, hit me on something. Coach me up on something, man. I don't want no perfects. I don't want
If we were doing our normal,
just this front line, this first guys.
Yeah, the 12 reps, based on the 12 reps that they did.
B-. B. I think they did a good job. Things you got to work on to get up there, but I think they B-. That we want Kingsley to be the second coming of Trey Smith. Now, and Trey's getting better. Trey's working to get better. Trey will tell you he's not there. You know what I'm saying? I had a talk with Trey. Trey's like, hey, I'm just trying to get better. I said, man, you're doing it. And that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So Trey is keep moving his feet, use leverage, deliver the punch. He's going to be fine. So right there, looks good. Jalen Moore kind of gets beat a little bit over here. I guess it looked like the tight end chipping, he helped him so.
So yeah, those are the 12 plays there, JD.
That was it? Wow.
That's
okay.
all involved, yeah.
Wow, good. All
right. So with the whole Kingsley thing, that was something that was talked about today. That Caliendo's gotten some. I think today during the practice they had Caliendo rotated in with the left guards as well today. That's something that's not a name we've really heard. So a lot of people are saying that maybe based on what we saw on Saturday.
So this is, they're gonna get a rotation. Some guys are gonna be on first team, some are gonna be second. No problem. No big deal. This is what this thing is, man. I mean, it's just true. This league is about performance, pure and simple. And so, what you can do is get a guy ready and coached up to get him to perform. These guys are going to be fine. And so Teron said, if we do not give up on Kingsley, I think he's well on his way to getting. He has gotten better. Like I said, I went back and evaluated him last year, the Denver game, and he's changed up a whole lot. He's starting to crowd the ball a little bit more. He's starting to stay a little bit lower leverage wise, and that's what he's got working his mind. Is just I gotta stay low with power all the time, and bring bad intentions. And so he's going to do that. If he keep watching a little bit of like Joe Thuney film from last year and the past few years, he's going to learn a lot. He's going to learn a lot. And I'm sure he learned a little bit from Joe before Joe had left. Learning from Trey, all these guys. But that's the beauty of what we do, Marcus, is because we do have depth now on the line. We do have that. So
do you think this is something that kind of came to me after the game on Saturday? So I feel like obviously Simmons looked good Saturday night. But again, Simmons and I kind of talked about this before you came on, but Simmons is coming to a situation where we don't really have a left tackle. We haven't really had one for some time now. We had Thuney playing left tackle for us at the end of the season last year. So it really was no like shoes to fill. Whereas Kingsley is coming into a spot where Joe Thuney may have been one of the best left guards in the last 10 years, and we were spoiled to get Trey Smith be this dude from a 6th round pick from his rookie season. And now Kingsley's going into his position that he's never played before, and now people are kind of grading him on the scale of, we had Joe Thuney, and they're filling this spot. I feel like it's kind of unfair in a way where he's getting compared to a guy who is one of the best left guards of the last 15, 20 years in the NFL. And now, that he's new to his position, now everyone's kind of like measuring him up to the Joe Thuney's type of spot, where Josh Simmons doesn't really have that left tackle to really compare him to because he's kind of coming to his spot where there was no one there before him.
I mean, do you think people are comparing him to Joe Thuney? I mean, I think I see what you're saying. Like that's the barometer, right? Joe
exactly.
Thuney was the barometer, but that is unfair to almost any guard that plays any left guard. Joe Thuney was one of the best left guards in the league. Period. Point blank. So, to put him at that level, and he's still growing, he's still developing, he's going to get there where he's going to just get better and better and better. So, with that being said, it's all about patience. And I think Andy and those guys, they understand it. They understand what it takes to develop a young dude like King Suma, Jalen Moore, Caliendo. They know that. They understand it is taking patience. It is going to be growing pains. It's going to be all these different things with it. And so if you're sitting over saying, yeah, Joe Thuney was here for a number of years, well, shoot, he was graded out, was probably one of the best, in the past, ever since he was here. And before he got here, he was. So arguably the best left guard in the league.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then Josh Simmons, because I think him coming in surrounded by the hype, which is warranted. You're going to be looking at and evaluating him too. But I think he's a guy that can handle it. He's a dude that doesn't seem like he backs up off anything. He's worked his tail off, Marcus, to get here to play now. I mean, we were sitting there talking about Jalen Moore might start the season because we didn't know that Josh Simmons was going to be ready, right? And we almost had a conversation when he first got here, like, hey, we don't care if he sits out this year. Some people were even saying, or maybe a portion of the season just to get him right. And what we're getting now, oh my gosh, we getting a treat right now.
Seriously.
Yeah. Geez, for him to recover to where he is right now and then, to put on the performance, hey, man.
And on top of that, and I know I want to get into the PFF grade because I think it's just horse crap. But like, not only did he play right, because that was also like you said, there was a question of him even playing this year, maybe half the year. But on top of that, he didn't look like a guy who was rusty, who hasn't played in a long time, right? I mean, like, the these other guys they played in January, February, whereas we haven't seen Josh Simmons since like October or November. So it's been a while for him, but he didn't look like a guy who was rusty at all. On top of we might have not even seen him this year, so he looked great in that respect. But a PFF grade came out today. They gave him a 65. I mean, it's ridiculous. 65.7 overall was his rating. They gave him an 80 on his pass blocking.
Okay.
I mean, I think that just goes to show you that, man, that the PFF grades. I know we talk about them, but I mean, they're just like garbage, man.
Look, man, they got their system, how they measure and grade guys. That's fine. 65, fine. I think he looked well. He's graded 80 on pass protection. So that's great news. 80 on pass protection is great news. So the only one that matters, and I'll keep saying this again and again, is the coaches and the players in that room, in that organization. That's what matters. The voice that you hear from Andy Heck and Andy Reid, okay, Nagy and all those guys, those are the voices that matter. Those are the ones that's going to give you the grade for what they want you to do, okay? So, shoot, whatever. I mean, hey, they got their, like I said, their system of measuring. It's all right. We'll go with it.
To each their own. But Jenny, you mentioned Juan Castillo, and I think that's something that we haven't really discussed in the show. But like Juan Castillo has been one of the guys who's been at training camp for the Chiefs, helping out with the offensive line.
Man, I thought I see Juan out there, like on video.
Yeah, he's been there, so he's been helping out with creating this beast that we have on the left side now. And they also have, earlier on in the offseason, we had Mitchell Schwartz helping out too during minicamp and OTAs. So, like, the coaching and stuff that he's getting, it's like, I mean, he's getting, not only is he getting with Andy Reid and Andy Heck, but he's getting all these other guys, the Juan Castillos of the world, the Mitchell Schwartz of the world. He's getting a lot of knowledge, man. You were just talking about what Juan Castillo was doing in Baltimore, and that he was coming here to help out Josh Simmons. I mean, I think that's phenomenal stuff.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call Juan up too. I love for him to get on the show, talk to him, man. And I thought I said, man, that's Juan. I know that's Juan. I seen him on the video, and I said, look just like him. He wasn't up there when I was at training camp.
Okay.
Yeah, because we would immediately came up and daggone, had a conversation. He was my tight ends coach for you when I was in Philly also as well. So
oh wow.
Yeah.
The connection runs deep there.
Deep, man. I'm trying to tell you, brother. Shoot. Wow. It'd be good to get him on the show and talk about what he sees in his progress and stuff like that. Because I thought about that, before I went up there. I'm like, man, I'm gonna call Juan up. So I'm gonna reach out to him. But Juan, I know his mindset to get a young guy like this ready with Andy Heck. They're in great hands. Put it that way. They're in great hands. These guys are going to get better just by knowing Juan is up there. And you saying that, Marcus, I know they're going to get better. I know that for a fact. So.
Yeah, because when you made a comment about Juan Castillo and what he did in Baltimore, I thought you were going to connect it back to what he's doing in Kansas City. And I was like, I mean, yeah, he's been they call it the Bill Walsh Fellowship Fellowship Coach program, I believe. So he's out there helping out.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. I mean, he don't have to do the Bill Walsh.
Yeah, it says Kansas City are preparing for an opportunity to return to the Super Bowl, and the journey begins with training camp. During the training session, guests from the Bill Walsh Minority Coaching Fellowship will join their coaching staff, and Juan Castillo is among them.
Did they say he got there for that? Because I wouldn't make it. It wouldn't make any sense why he wouldn't do that program.
Juan Castillo is a long-time offensive line coach who spent years in the NFL in the past, and is in attendance at Missouri Western State University. He's been name dropped by multiple Chiefs players since the start of training camp and praised by Reid. It looks like that's the program he's a part of.
It says that the Bill Walsh. Because the reason I say this, because Bill Walsh is more so kind of like for guys, college coaches, and guys trying to get in, like Sammy Parker. Sammy Parker was doing it. I put in for the Bill Walsh minority coaching. But Juan it's it's not really for guys that's already established. Let me put it that way. So, yeah, see, that's weird to me. That is weird to me. Huh. Yeah, because Juan Andy would just bring him on. You know, it's almost like what's the name of they came up here to the Eagles, you know, as a consultant. You could bring him, you know, as that.
Oh, yeah, they're all the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He was with the Vikings for a little bit.
I can't think of his name. Well, anyway, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know, got it. So, but you would just bring him out as a consultant. You know what I mean? That's the reason I say that. That's good. Going back to it, but that's amazing to get Juan up there. I don't think people realize who we're talking about, Juan Castillo. If y'all looking him up, y'all would know. He's been in the league. When I got there in '96, I think that was his first stint actually going on to an NFL team. He played linebacker. He was a defensive coordinator for a little bit, offensive line coach. He's had Pro Bowlers at the Pro Bowlers. Juan Castillo is, without a doubt, one of the best line coaches that I've seen and had coached me, for sure.
Wow, that's major praise.
Yeah.
Brad Childress is who we were talking about, JD. Brad Childress?
No. Who the Eagles brought on, the defensive coordinator. And he came just as a consultant. And then they brought him on as the D coordinator.
Oh. Yeah, because I mean, I know, like, you know, these coaches will bring on guys as like consultants, you know, to be on staff for a little bit and whatnot. So that's interesting, especially a guy who's already been a part of Andy Reid's coaching staffs before.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, man. No, look, there's all good stuff right there, and so I know we don't want to get lost in the sauce just thinking about these two guys. All right, there was a lot of guys that went out there and played. Fangio, thank you. Pono, thank you.
Okay.
Big Fangio, Deshaun, appreciate you, brothers. I'm like, how did I forget Fangio's name? And that was just right there. I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, but that without a doubt, you know, there's a lot of guys that came out and played and did a good job. I see Nick Bolton get up there and he spoke about, you know, doing a much better job for, you know, the linebackers, finding fits, being in you know, an area. So, and we see that on the defensive side of the football. Okay. And I said that, shoot, there's going to be some guys that need to step up on the defensive side of the football for sure. So, Don Peterson just saying 4th and 20. What's going on? Oh.
Well, I think part of Don Peterson, I think he mentioned something about our offensive coordinator. I've seen a lot of our commenters talking about a change in OC because they're not a fan of Nagy's offense and saying that that's part of the reason why Pat's numbers have gone down since Nagy's taken over since EB left.
Oh, that's what they have.
So it's that time of the year, JD. We're getting into who's calling plays conversations.
Yeah. Well, what's up, Hearts and Roses? Still early. But I think they have a good mix. I think they know what they want to do offensively with the weapons that we have now. So this is going to be, I'm saying this year, man, for Andy and Nagy and those guys, I think they're excited too. I think they're looking to unleash all our weapons, you know, and with 15 back there, find the ball, just let him turn loose. The offensive line's going to be blocking for him. I think everybody could really sit well with it. He's going to be fine. Shoot, he is. Like I said, we got some bullies up front. The running backs look really well. The tight ends look great. Tanya looked incredible, exceptional. Gerald Wiley caught the ball. He was out there too. Noah Gray is, is as solid as ever. And we know what A7 is, So I think offensively, man, we're going to come back. I'm thinking we're going to average somewhere around probably 4 touchdowns a game, at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so too. We got every reason to do that. There's no reason why we shouldn't. I would think, man, if we're not scoring at least 28 points, I would consider that a loss for the offense not doing their job. Our defense is saying, hey, look, man, we'll hold everybody under, 21 points. Y'all get anything over 21, we win it. And I can stick by that. And our offense should be putting up numbers. There's gonna be a lot of 30s, and I see probably some 40s in there too, as far as what we're scoring with. But I have no problem on saying that, man, Marcus, whatsoever. I'm telling you.
Every interview Pat has done when he does one-on-ones, he talks about going downfield. And I think today, again, he had an interview with Kay Adams, stressed the same thing he stressed over 2 months ago, that he wants to push the ball down the field. And again, I hope it's not taken away from the run game because, we talk about you need balance on an offense. You need a balanced diet. But yeah, I do tend to agree with you. I think it is going to be more fireworks offensively this year than we had seen in maybe a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, we have a comment here from Taryn Young. Can you give your opinion on Bossa? And again, guys, I have put the link in the chat. So if you guys want to come on in and ask a question to JD and myself about questions from preseason over this past weekend or anything at all regarding the Chiefs or anything at all in general, I have the link in the chat. So definitely fire that up so we can see your face when you ask these questions.
One more time, Marcus, put it in. The link is in the chat in the comment section. You could hit on it. You could come in and you can speak with us. We can see your face, have a conversation, talk about 5 minutes about some ball, meet you. We got to do that, okay? Love to see you guys. But as far as Bossa, I think Bossa I think he's going to be a good football player. I really do. Like I said, man, that joker looks like an action figure. He's built like one. So for him, it's just he's just got to make sure he's not letting the bigger guys, the guards and everything get up on him, put their arms around him. If he's able to just float and run, he's going to be dangerous. He's got a lot of speed, man. You can tell he didn't back up from anything. I think he's getting this transition from college to the NFL. And for him, this is the best thing for him to learn what this actually is all about. He stays with Nick Bolton. He's going to learn incredibly a lot, okay? Because that's Spag's brain out there on the field. So he wants to know how this defense is ran, what they need to do. He needs to be Nick Bolton's shadow, put it that way. So, but I think he looks good. Can't wait to see him even these next couple of games. I think we get him in there maybe a little bit more earlier than we had. Who's the other guy, man? Another linebacker. Hold on. Shoot. That was Cooper McDonald. I want to see some more of him. I want to see a little bit more of him.
You like what you saw?
Yeah. He was making plays on special teams and stuff like that, but I want to see him out there on the field. Okay. I think Brandon George is he's running around. I said he's lumbering a little bit. He's not built, for speediness, when I change the direction. But that joker get going, man, he's going to hit everything that's in his way. He just looked like one of them, like one of them guys, and I love it. So he's a wrecking ball. Give that joker right here, man.
One thing about Bossa, which, we talked about the running backs, getting dominated by running backs out of the backfield. I think he can be that guy to kind of maybe stymie that problem we've had the last year or so with the running backs and tight ends, to have an athletic dude out there who can cover running backs. I think being able to implement him with Bolton, with the Drew Tranquils, putting him out there with those guys, I think they can stymie that running back problem that we've been having.
Yeah. And a lot of that deals with what the defensive line is going to do. I think Jerry Tillery did a great job too. That joke was pushing on folks. Mike Pinnell did a good job. I just we're gonna look to generate even more pass rush, right? That's one thing we want to be able to see. I think this next game, guys kind of getting the rotation down, who's going to get to play. I think we're going to be fine, man. Fabian Lovett, I think he did a decent job too. Fabian was in there. So Menahu, when he had his time to come in, Ashton did a good job. I want to see more out of Felix as well. Felix got to keep coming. Keep coming. I think at this point, man, defensively, man, you just got to be no holds barred. You just have to. Got to lay it all on the line. Can't leave no stone unturned. You got to go for it all. And this is what this thing is. So you got to sell out, baby. You got to sell out.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So you posted a comment here from Taryn Young. I used to think we needed a new offensive coordinator, but I kind of like what I'm hearing from Nagy this year. Let's give him one more year to show us. JD, thoughts on the Nagy hate, the Nagy love that he's getting out there, or lack of love?
No, I think he has a clear understanding about what it is he wants to do with this offense, especially like you said, pushing the ball down the field. So he's reiterating that to Pat, wide receivers, tight ends, everybody, that they need to be explosive, get chunks. So that's. But I like how he's speaking about guys, what he's talking about, what this offense really can be. So now it's all about them fitting it. And what we do know is, look, they're going to try to cover us deep. I said this before, we're not, tricking anybody on our speed. Everybody knows we're fast, okay? It's the throws like the throw to Brownlee. It's what's going to win us games. It's those that are going to get us touchdowns. It's the ones throw outside to Tyquan Thornton, okay, running the out route. It's going to win us games. It's going to be the ones, like we said, basic, running that, curl routes, slants, things we do. Intermediate passes is what's going to win us ball games. And then you could throw it up top over, the defense. But back them up early, okay? But you got to put a threat on them jokers right now to let them know, like, look, we will run past you. And so that's what you need to do. So, but I like Nagy. I think they got a clear understanding, man, what it is that they want to do. So
that's fair. That's fair. And again, I see about time says people need to realize Reed runs the offense and no one else. Like we said on the show, yes, it's Andy's offense, but it's a collaborative effort. But more or less, about time. You are right. It's Andy's show. But yes, it's a collaboration.
Yeah, it's collaboration. No doubt about it.
So. We got a comment from Rob Miller from earlier on. Appreciate the contribution, Rob. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's give the bell ring. There you go.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Say, guys, I've seen enough of FAU and Sky's time.
JD, we kind of talked the FAU thing, and what we talked about a little bit after the game on Saturday night. But what is it? Is it because we talked about he was even more of a kind of more of a pass rusher niche kind of guy.
Yeah.
And year 3, I've seen a lot of it, like a lot of talk, and a lot of the Twitter video guys are saying he shows the same thing he's shown the last 3 years, right? Where he gets that good burst, but it's a disengage, and he has a real problem with, and that's kind of his thing. He cannot disengage with the tackle when he kind of gets out there. It's a disengagement part. What do you notice from him that this thing he still needs to kind of fine tune a little bit with his skills as far as on the edge? Are you seeing this disengage problem that they say he has?
Yeah, I think FAU was finesse more so he is power. Okay. And especially playing that position, you got to have thunder with you when you come. You have to. You got to have thunder knees right here to swat tackles, hands down, fight with them, push them back. And it's all got to connect, at once. It's got to be, it's right there. It's got to be synchron, together. Okay. And so I think for him, when he gets to a certain point, that's when the strength got to come in to be the guy even more. because if you're not just beating him off speed and you can't get around him initially, you got to have a bag of tricks. And part of it has to be some of your power too. So I think that's might be what it is. I think he's more of a finesse type of guy and player. And then he's just got to trust himself. He's got to just trust he's past the tackle. He's got to trust that some of the moves he's going to make, he's just got to continue to keep it up. Because what happens is, when you don't disengage, that means you're in your head as a pass rusher. Okay. And I know this because I used to play defensive end. All right. And at a certain point, when you know you're past the tackle, you got to beat him, you just got to come. You got to trust you are there. Trust that you are there and keep coming. And I think that's where he is. Just got to learn. He's got to trust himself. He's got to trust his speed. He got to trust, that maybe some of the finesse is going to be able to work out. I don't think I've ever seen him do plays where he comes back inside. He's not doing those spin moves. He's not getting up and up underneath guys like this and ripping with more power. Those are the things I need to see from him. Okay. Because once you get a tackle up too far, then you rip back underneath him. And I think if he could utilize his hips and everything at the same time, Marcus, he could be a dangerous man. It's just putting it all together. It's just putting it all together. So that's just where it is for him. I shoot. But JD, are you really saying he would work best in blitz packages where he has one assignment and that's pass rush? He doesn't have to contain just rush. Well, I'm not quite saying that, but you could definitely do that though, Brown. If you're just saying you got one assignment, just go rush, and you just stay contained. Even if with your rush, if you get so far up the field, you're gonna have contain anyway. Okay. Initially, if he's doing it just pass rushing. All right. We're just asking right now, you go beat the tackle. That's it. And get the jump. And so I think, man, that jump is so vital for pass rushers to win. All right. You have to. And so, yes, you're right, Brown. If you're worried about contain, you're worried about all these other things, it slows you down because you're thinking about what I need to do and set a guy up and all that. Hey, just go. I don't need for you to do anything else. Hey, coach, no, go. That's all I need for you to do. Okay? We'll cover everything else. So, yeah, Brown. I like how you're putting it. That's it, man. Just rush. Just go.
Is that scary? That's taken him 3 years to just kind of get that, stop thinking and just kind of do your thing. Just go out and go. Is that kind of I guess that's where people kind of get scared, whereas are we trending towards the bust territory where it's taking 3 years to kind of stop thinking and just do. You played in the league before, and I didn't. But so it's how long? How long does that for certain players? How long does that take? To just kind of to not think, just do, because you're so concentrated on not messing up, where it's you're pretty much forgetting that you're not utilizing the talent that got you to this point, where it's so locked in the mental, where you're not actually doing what got you that bread, which got you that first round pick.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. And so I don't know when it comes on where he's just yeah, I got to figure it out. Now I'm there. And I'm sure he's had some success kind of getting there. And he's it's almost that close, right? And then you try to stick with that move and it doesn't work for you this time, right? And then you think, well, I need to do something else. So you can do that. The two guys that they talked about, him and Sky Moore, I think they may be in their head. They try and do everything right. And that's part of it. Paralysis by analysis, but what Tony, because it's true. And that's when you can be paralyzed in your thought. And so when you want to just be second nature and just go, not even thought about it, that's all I need for you to do, just go wreck shop. And once you do that, you take the thinking out of it, then you can go play. And so that's the same thing I would say for Sky Moore, in my estimation, is he's thinking about doing everything right. Catching the football, running the right route. Oh, did I get open? All those different things. And so Andy's hey, man, look, just get out of your head. Just go play. Shoot, you a second round pick for a reason. You caught a ton of balls. And he did. So he got great hands. We know that. So I don't think it's neither of those things, but it's just like any of us. Any of us can get right in our heads about anything, right? You know, whether it be, oh man, you know, I didn't get to work on time, or oh man, should I have done this? Should I have done that? And so when you start living in that life, you get slowed down. But if you start taking off all the training wheels and hey man, look, I'm just gonna live life. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm go out there. I don't give a dang if I drop every ball. If I go out there and I get stood up by every guy, they gonna know I'm coming each and every time. I ain't got nothing else to lose. So I'm always pushing for these guys, man, to get there and figure it out. I'm always pushing for guys to get there. Okay. So
yeah, it's unfortunate, especially with his situation, right? Being a Kansas City kid coming to the team, it's like it hasn't clicked yet. I hope it does click. Because if he clicks with him, I mean, our defensive end rotation is going to be deadly this year.
Yeah. So Scott needs to relax and let it happen now. Yeah, I mean that's yeah. So I mean that's really what it is, and coaches could tell you about it. All these different people could tell you about it. But if you having a problem to believe it yourself, that's the issue, right? That's the psychological thing that could stop him. So
were you discouraged by his play on Saturday? I know some people, Sky Moore, because I know some people kind of posted the one where he missed his block, but really that was a terrible draw play. I mean, it was a screen pass, and the cornerback wasn't that far off on that play there. So now I thought it was a terrible play call, and people are trying to say Sky Moore did a bad job blocking there. It's like, dude, you ain't blocking a cornerback when he's only 4 or 5 yards off the line there.
No, I mean you got to give the effort to do it. I'm sure you gave the effort, but like you right, that's a tough block to do. Absolutely a tough block, and that was a bad play. He immediately throws out there. The corner's reading it like it wasn't even no setup.
It's terrible.
It's daggone. But no, I didn't. He didn't play bad. But everything's going to be amplified. Him, FAU, these things are going to be amplified. Now, somebody said it. Kingsley is going to be amplified. Everything that happens or doesn't happen well, right? And so that's just, man, that's part of the deal. Like I said, this what got into the conversation that Tajan was having is you try to protect those guys as much as possible. That's what you do. You got sports psychologists and everybody that comes in. You love these guys up, man, and you're like, look, we believe in you. We're not going to give up on you. We're not. So sometimes it takes that. Sometimes it's, hey, look, man, I don't care what anybody else is saying about you. I believe in you. I am not giving up on you. So everybody else out here that gave up on guys and where they move on, fine. That's your business. You can do that. You can do that. But there is, rejuvenation and recovery from certain people to get to a certain point. Sometimes it takes some longer than others. I don't discount that. Sure, I know all of us, and I'm talking about just the ether out here. Sure, sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get to where we need to.
100%. Everyone has their own journey.
Absolutely. So, hope nobody gave up on y'all. Put it that way. Hope they didn't. So,
Deshaun Hamlin's a good point there. FAU is only 23. I mean, he's younger than a lot of these dudes who probably just got drafted this past year. I mean, he's a young dude.
Young guy, man. He's 23 years old. Dang God.
Yeah, that means he was like 20 when he got drafted. He couldn't even drink yet when he got drafted.
Yeah.
Went to his hometown team at 20, man, that's tough. Sky needs a new team that they broke his brain putting him in for returns his rookie season. I have seen a lot of that, JD. What do you make of that? People say that she's put him in a really poor opportunity by making him a punt returner his rookie season, something that he never really did before, and like that kind of ruined, that kind of lowered his confidence a little bit. Like say he had muff punts here and there. I mean,
no. I mean, shoot. I mean, you put a guy back there because he has the ability to do stuff, right? It's like, I ain't gonna put you back there because I don't think you can't do it. I think you can do it. And so we putting you back there. So obviously it's not like those punts and stuff like that, he would just catch him because he was in the game. He was catching him in practice. And so he showed he can do it. So why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they put him in? So.
Yeah, I agree.
Appreciate that, Brian. Love that line, Jay. I hope nobody gave up on y'all. I hope not. I hope not. I hope somebody was patient in each and every one of our journey and experiences to grow in the growth. And I know it's frustrating. And I know fans want it right now. Heck, as bad as y'all want it, imagine what it feels like to them. That's what I'm reiterating. These are real people. Real lives. They're just not like, what do they call the Sims and all of that goes around with no emotion and stuff like that. These are real people.
Mm-hmm.
They care about what they do out there on the field. That's a fact. And I'm always going to be empathetic to that, man. I am. And I'm not sitting there saying like, hey, man, sometimes guys, you might have to move on to somebody. Hey, yeah, it happens. It happens. Shoot, I had to move on from Philly. Got to Kansas City. But I know, patience is one of those things that is a virtue that a lot of us don't have. And that's part of the problem. Microwave society, Jay, no doubt about it. So everybody wants it right now. I get it. And then, maybe 2 years or 3. Look, and I everybody has a different timeline. But what is encouraging to me, if coaches are keeping guys around, okay, and they see something in guys because they know them better than us, than we ever would, okay? They know intimately. They know who a guy is, what makes him tick, what he's going through. That's enough for me. I mean, shoot, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Nothing he has done. Matter of fact, what Sky Moore has done, he's helped win a Super Bowl. Okay, he's got a few rings. Nothing he has done has hurt us. Same thing with FAU. We done got to the Super Bowl all those years, Marcus. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, this conversation kind of reminds me of this. I saw this today. Farzine posted this, but it's John Harbaugh talking about what Andy Reid had in his office. It's an index card. So this is what John Harbaugh's quote on Andy Reid. I saw this index card in his office, and it had just 2 words on it: "Don't judge." I said, "Coach, don't judge. What's that?" You meet players where they are at. You don't make judgments based on your perception, your bias, what you think they should be or shouldn't be. Meet them where they are at and try to figure out where you can go with them. So very, very timely with what we're talking about right now, as far as being everyone has their own path and own journey of how they, can hit in the league or may not hit in the league. They may hit it at year 3, they may hit it year 2. It might take them 8 years to be a success in the league.
It might. And this might not be the place where they thrive. It may not be. They may go somewhere else and thrive. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, where was this guy at? Well, shoot, he was still in the process of getting better. That's where he was. He was in that process of growing to where he needed to get to blossom, to become that flower, to become that butterfly, to whatever you want to make it, right? Use any analogy. It is, just in life, okay? Because I know a lot of us are not where we started. We're not. And that's a blessing. So, yeah, Don Peterson, prayers to them. Absolutely. Pray for them jokers, man. Shoot. Wish them guys on. I can't just be so uncaring now, man. We move on for this sucker right here, man. Why? Because he ain't catch the ball I want him to do. Really? That was it? That's the only value? Oh, yeah. Then, okay. Says more about you. You know what I mean? So, I love that right there. Right there, I'm telling you, right, 2 good men. I know them both, Andy and John, okay? 2 good men. There's a reason they head coaches, because they know how to utilize and care for people and their players. And that's why they stick, and that's why they're successful. Why? Because they care about guys. They care about them. That goes a long way, man, for a guy that might be struggling in the NFL. In a lot of different ways that we don't even know about. And so if the coach is willing to have the care and the sympathy for you, hey, man, what's going on? I'm not going to give up on you. Hey, I'm going to put my arm around you. I know you're having a rough time. That's okay. We sticking with you. Just to let you know we ain't gave up on you. We ain't doing that. We ain't giving you walking papers. Why? Because we love you. And you more to us than just a football player and catching and getting yards. You more than that. So this is part of society that we've forgotten where we need to be. And I'm not saying that we don't have tough love and goals and aspirations for guys to do in production, because you do. You have that. But you're going to get more from a guy doing it that way, putting an arm around a dude, than you will punching a dude in the mouth, punching down to him. Well, sometimes guys need it. Hey, those guys have been kicked in the tail. They done had swift kicks. They've been giving some of that too. Hey, man, catch the daggone football. Run the right route. Hey, get your hands on it. Get around it. But then you love a joker up. Love him up. Love him up. That changes lives. I know this because it happened to me. I needed that in the NFL. A lot of guys needed that in the NFL. And what I always appreciate and I love more so than anything else, who guys that have played the game, that stick with you, that talk to you and say, look, don't worry about all this stuff out here that's going on. I'm just going to ask how you doing. That's important. See, because if I'm just looking at you, what that your value is, us drafting you, and that you ain't got no other value to us, man, that's a hard existence to deal with. Because then it is all the pressure and everything that you hear all the time, and coaches don't want to talk to you, and nobody's staying around you. You know what happens with teams like that? They're losing teams. Them jokers is losing. I can promise you that. I promise you that. So, all right, man, let me get off my soapbox and stuff.
No, you're good. That's the raw and the realness of this show. That's why we love. That's why I love it so much. That's why everyone in our community loves it so much. JD,
brother, look, I bear my heart all the time, man. But I know what players go through, and I get people. Oh, well, he's making X amount of money. Yeah, shoot, there's a cost with that. There's a cost to that. So I don't care if you was making $1 or you're making 10 million. You're doing something, trying to change people's lives for the better and all those different things. I'm going to cheer you on. Just cheer you on, man. Shoot. So
there was a comment here by Witchy Hall that kind of talks about what you talk about here, JD. But in a society that seems obsessed with mental health, it's crazy to see people dismissing pro athletes having mental issues they're trying to overcome.
Ooh, talk about it, Witchy. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody struggles in society. People struggle. They do. Sometimes you got to talk, hey, man, what's going on? Something might not be going right at home. You're not getting no sleep. What can we do to help you? Yeah, man, I'm having a hard time. Man, look, don't worry about that. We talking about you. What you need help with? Let's talk about you. Okay.
And from a fan's perspective, right? It's like there's ways you can talk about it. So the way we talk about the show, right? If a guy's a bad game, we talk about it. Oh, what went wrong in the play? What went wrong here? Right? That's one way of speaking about it. But there's a certain type of vocabulary and words that are said. It's like bust, cut him, get him out of here. It's that kind of stuff where it's like that takes a whole new level to like. We're just talking about the guy played, right? When we talk, it's constructive, right? It's like saying, oh, well, his alignment here's messed up. This is happening. It's actual stuff, the actual X's and O's and why things are happening that way. And just talking about it. Whereas there's a certain level that I've seen some fans talk about where it's like, get rid of this guy. This guy's a bum. He's a bust. I don't want him on my team anymore. Get him out of here. Get him out of the city. I'll drive him to the airport myself. It's that kind of stuff where it's like that takes it to a whole new level because players know they're in film rooms with coaches where they get dominated by missing assignments, not doing the right thing. They know. You guys know when you're doing you're not playing the best, but it's calling someone a bus, the things that fans say. And that's where it takes it to a whole new level and a whole new kind of discourse. And it's like, that's not what we're about at all.
It's not. It isn't. And it's about relationships, Marcus, that you build. It's the trust that you build with you. It is this brotherhood that you were talking about. Like Demond Green Bean still talk to my squad mates today and soldiers I train. I mean, it is. It's a family. And so that's, for me, this, why we have this on here, okay, why I call y'all family, is because I care about you guys. I love you guys for everything you give. This is part of a community, okay, that we come in and we have these conversations to talk about because these things are real, all right? Like I said before, if there's anything out here that we're struggling, this is past ball. If anything that we deal with, we struggle, stuff like that, I want to be able to help you and pray for you and do whatever I can to say, hey, man, what can we do to unload some of that thing on you, right? True. Sometimes people just want to be asked about, Marcus. Sometimes guys that rode the bench in high school have never called a man a bust. It's wild to me. It's crazy. Look, and I get, everybody has their perspective on things, but it's like, okay, look, I get, guy has a demand. You want him to do a job. You pay him for the job. Sure. Absolutely. Okay. And I always liken to this, man, when you out at a restaurant and somebody doesn't do something well for you, or the waitress or somebody spills something or something comes out, what do? You berate them? When you see people like that do that to people, the waiters and waitresses or the help or whoever else, man, that says a lot about that person. And those are the ones that need to be checked. It's like, why are you talking to that person that way? Why are you doing that? Like, what's the purpose of you? What are you trying to, they need to do their job. Well, you think they don't know that? Oh, you came with an epiphany. Oh, I get it. That's the epiphany right there. Oh, do your job. They didn't know that before then, huh? Okay. All right. You was the one that brought it out. So I wonder if we follow you around, how many times you mess up in a day, if you do everything right. So, but I just, for me that knows guys on teams, and when I told you, Marcus, when I met these guys, I was talking to them, every single one of those dudes sat there and graciously listened to a former player like myself give them insight and wisdom, because I think they felt they was going to get something from that, but they thanked me for it too. I appreciate it. And he's like, oh, just recognize it. Now, these are good guys, man. These are good dudes. These are good dudes. So that's one thing I love. It's easy to cheer for a team like this when everybody's out here, because I hate the Chiefs because they're winning. The reason is because these guys play for what? Each other. That's what it is. So, and I see y'all in the chat, man. Y'all incredible folks. Y'all incredible people. I love you guys for it. I do. Y'all just keep espousing to be good to each other and the people out here as well. Y'all continue to do that. Okay.
That's why we love you guys.
Absolutely.
DeBron, criticism of athletes goes back as far as the creation of sports. Over time, cultures have evolved and grown, but the mindset of the athlete as a person hasn't evolved.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, and also too, yeah, I've seen social media brings it the worst, and a lot of people, that's typically where all the negativity is. And it's interesting too, doing so much research on this, going from broadcast journalism where you're just reporting the news, and that's all it was, right? To going to like YouTube and this kind of stuff, and like seeing like, clickbait, right? Clickbait, it's what you want, something that's over the top, right? Where like Jason Dunn goes nuts on Kingsley. I'm just using that as an example. Jason Dunn goes nuts on Kingsley Sumatia. And it's like that video would probably get a lot of clicks because like, oh man, JD goes in on Kingsley. But that's not, I didn't have that video, but I'm just saying like that kind of video is what people want to click on, which is just crazy. The mind is what the studies have shown. That's what they want to click on. But JD is encouraged by some of what Kingsley Sumatia showed on Saturday. That video is not going to get enough. That's not going to get any clicks. People don't want to watch it. It's like, oh,
yeah,
he's being positive about it. No, I'm not watching that. I want him to go off on him.
They want the salacious stuff. Yeah, to just denigrate everybody, just run them into the ground. Some people get it. They get a kick out of that. You know, I'm not that person, man.
Well, it's just crazy that's the mindset that studies have shown that vast majority of people want to click on that because they want to see someone go off on something or somebody or whatever it is, whatever maybe it a type of food, a restaurant, a player, a video game, a movie. They just want to see they want to see someone, go take someone to task. And it's interesting how that is how the mind works based on studies. And it's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Hannah has a good point here. PS also think that legalized sports betting has changed the whole concept of fan approval and fan loyalty. They lose a big bet, they single out a player to blame. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Betting and fantasy. Hey, God, man, you dropped the ball. It's just, shoot, I found myself there. Oh, man, come on, man. Yell at a guy, shoot. But
you do it in the old confines of your television, right? But you're not going on Twitter and saying, man, you cost me a couple $100 on my bet, or you cost me my fantasy match. No one didn't. I mean, that's where it takes it a whole new level.
That's a whole new thing, man. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And which he says it here, and platforms like YouTube are pushing content creators to do that, where they won't put them into rotation. Yeah, you see a lot of that stuff, and and that may be why we haven't grown. I mean, we have 10,000 subscribers. That may be why, because we're not like that at all. But we're not going to do that. We're going to sell out for that. And people who do that are nuts.
Look, you're going to get some good content here. You're going to hear some real balls. You're going to hear from real players what it looks like, what it feels like behind the curtains. What the coaches are thinking, what the players are thinking. You getting the insight on the real. Not only that, but you getting folks that care about you and talk about you. And I'm not saying these other ones out there are doing that, but I just do know that sometimes when you get into some of this, berating players and whatnot, people want to jump in immediately and say it. And I'm just like, man, quick to judge, right? Like Andy said, don't judge. Maybe we need to take it and put it out there. Put it out there for everybody. Don't judge. But, but people going to do it. I'm shocked. Because sometimes I look at some of the views from just different channels, like whatever it is, right? Like the new things that's going on, whether it be P. Diddy or and people will retweet or redo the videos. They ain't getting thousands of views and stuff like that. I think it's crazy. These are conversations a lot of podcasts are willing to have. That's true too. That's true, Kyle. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you,
Kyle.
Yeah. And I think it's what it is, man. We just want to be real people, okay? And still love our Chiefs, and still get on when they're not doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all right. It's all good.
It's constructive conversation. And like I said, a lot of people in the chat, like they become better football fans for being on the show, to hearing you, JD, actually talk about stuff. I mean, like you're just talking about stances and leverage with Kingsley, just getting up and just doing that. That's more than people don't know that stuff. But you during the film review, you get up and you show leverage and the Kingsley stance and whatnot. And the rights and the wrong things to do. And that's stuff that people don't get, right? And so there's one way to talk about it. You can watch First Take and hear Stephen A. Smith go off on Dak Prescott. Guy's never played quarterback in his life, but he's going to go off about Dak Prescott because it gets views and it gets clicks for whatever reason.
Yeah, I see the dude. Let me say this, okay? Because I was going to address it, but I'm just like, man, you address all these. So I think it's jerk. Okay, I use that word. Has said something about. I think it was. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this correct.
Was it a YouTube comment or Twitter?
It was a Twitter comment. Okay. It was a Twitter comment. And what was being said, let me pull it up, man, because I just. Some dude was talking about Lexi. Lexi made a friends from, in Kingdom Queens. Lexi had made something that said something about, I guess, Skip Bayless had talked about, I guess, the best quarterback was playing whatever, I guess he was referencing Joe Burrow and whatnot. And Alex was like, oh, okay, like this is preseason. You're already giving him the best quarterback in the NFL, yada, yada, yada. And some idiot came on and said something disparagingly like, oh, now all of a sudden a woman comes in with this title such and such. And I'm just like, are you for real? Like with the misogyny and just like she's not allowed to have an opinion. Actually, a good one at that, because I know she was saying Pat was the best quarterback, So, and the dude had to post it. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, dude, why? What was the purpose of coming in and trying to disparage her on an opinion that she doesn't know ball, or she doesn't, her opinion is not valid? And then he goes, oh, well, I played, and shoot, okay, well, I got an opinion, and I tell you, you need to go kick rocks. This is what you need to do.
Or go touch grass.
Touch grass. It's like it probably scorched every grass is around it, Yeah. But I just thought, man, it was just an idiot comment for a guy to sit there and say something like that, like women don't have a voice in football and you make an opinion about stuff like that. I think it's ridiculous. So things of that nature, man. I'm just not with it. I'm just not with it, brother.
Yeah. Well, that's why we have this platform, this lovely platform with you guys. We can, spread the good word on this show, and keep things, we're just real and raw with it, and we're not trying to get clicks or clickbait or all that nonsense. So,
yeah.
So it looks like we aren't going to get anyone on tonight.
Nobody's coming on, man. Nobody's coming on. Look, none of y'all coming on.
We've had a link out there for about 50 minutes, and no one's been on.
All right.
But that's so we're getting to the football season time, so we'll have multiple streams a week. Right. So Wednesday night, we want to see a few of you guys come on the show as we preview week 2 of preseason. It was a great show. We love y'all, and JD, take it away, brother.
Hey man, listen, y'all know what it is. Hey, my thing is, we always gonna come out here. We're gonna give you a very good look on the film. I love the film thing. We're gonna do more of that. It's kind of my element. I love breaking film down. I could watch film all day, talking about guys. But man, listen. Hey, look, y'all take care. We will see you all on Wednesday. I'm hoping, man, I'm getting this call back from this guest that y'all should be excited about. I will let y'all know for sure. But listen, y'all take care. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I'm sure y'all did. If not, hey, listen, y'all stick with us. Okay? We're going to go out here and get better. So don't fire us. Y'all stay patient with us. Y'all keep getting it right. We'll keep getting it right. But nah, listen, we love you. And we appreciate each and every one of you all. We are humbled by your support that you give us and your time coming out here to listen to this talk. Thank you so much. Love you guys. We will see you all on Wednesday. Let me go through saying bye to everybody. Say Faith Smith, Hannah, Triples, the Barbershop, my brother, Justin Blackwell, Brian Holmes, Sasha, Sleepy Face, Kyle Henney, my brother, Teron Young, my brother, appreciate it for the donation too. Hearts and Roses, always good seeing you. Sasha, Witchy Hall, Delmonte Green Beans, Deshaun Hammonds, my guy. Appreciate my brother. Don Peterson, my guy. Good seeing you. Optimistic James, my brother. Love you too, man. Good seeing you. Optimistic James came on here too. He came on here too. So Justin Blackwell, Rich Cooper, G was in the house. Let me see who else we got on here. The Barbershop, like I said, Jason Tarbox. Tariq, appreciate you, my guy. He was on here. Tariq was on here the last week too. It's good folks, man. Andre Chenault, Rich Cooper, Gary Holland, Stu Saltzman. Stu, good seeing you. What's Stu? Hold on. What's Stu say? Marcus has any NFL scouts come to watch your flag football games. That is how Vince Papali of the Eagles made it. Oh, I love it, Stu. Go ahead.
We had a Raven, someone who works with the Ravens. He was very he didn't really say what position he worked where he worked, but he said he worked for the Ravens, and one of my buddies on my team is trying to get in with the analytics department for an NFL team. So he talked the guy's ear off for a long time. But yeah, that's the closest thing. A guy who worked for the Ravens, didn't know what he did there, but that's the closest thing I got.
All right, good deal. Linda Hunter, Sleepy Face, about time. To you and your lovely wife, JD. My was almost in tears when you gave her that shout out. She was sending a thank you on Twitter, which she never gets on. Oh man, appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much. Love her, love you. Y'all keep fighting, man. I know y'all will. Good folks. Gary Holland. Who else we have on here, man? Amder Brown was here. Amder Brown, appreciate it. Amder Brown came on the show, man. Showing out, didn't he? Amder Brown came on, man, represented. Boy, I'm telling you, Amder Brown, man, I am still over here, dude, on the moon. I'm telling you, man, I appreciate you so much, brother, coming out here. All of y'all who came on, seriously. And Wednesday, we open it up too. So y'all didn't see it tonight, we will open it up. Matter of fact, we'll make it a segment saying, hey, at a certain time, we're going to open up the airwaves so everybody knows if you come out here, come on in. So get all dolled up, whatever you need to do. Okay, Damani Green Beans, you said your haircut wasn't right. Look good, though, with the fade. Everybody looked beautiful that came on. Y'all have. So, hey, don't be shy. The water is fine. Come on in. Come on in. Let's see, sweetie. I'll be kissing you in a second, baby. That's my baby. Sparkle Sports Card. Good to see you down there. G House is here. Justin the Way. Let me see who else we got in here. Triples. I don't think I've seen Triples before. Major Chip Hazard here. Okay. Triples, good to see you. I know as the name came in. I think Will was in here earlier. Pono Kawhi. Pono. I can't forget you, Pono. Good seeing you, man. You always you spark conversation, baby. Keep challenging me. Keep coming. Love it. Love it. Let me see who else we got, man. Marcus, shoot, I think that's about it, brother.
Yeah.
Trad View. Yeah. Well, listen, hey, Laura Zinkser. Oh, Laura was here. Lyndon Adams. Good to see you, Lyndon. Lyndon Adams. Eric Tyrone Wilson. Appreciate it, my guy. Good to see you as well. I got to run back down here. Just talk to my people, man. Listen, hey, Becky Pigtails. That name, that was another one I seen. Becky and Pigtails. Good to see you. New name. Troy Bay was out here in the house, man. Thanks. Good night, gents. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Listen, y'all know what it is. Listen, y'all love each other the way you're supposed to. Take care. We will see you on Wednesday. God bless. Marcus, my brother, love you, man.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
Oh, one final note. I will be on Roundtable Sports tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. So come on in there. Let's dominate the AFC West chat in there, guys. Come on. Come on, baby.
Uppercut, baby. He's giving it to him. He's giving it to him. Y'all go check my boy out, man. He's putting it down for the Chiefs Kingdom. All right? Okay, and the Chief Concerns family. Y'all know what it is.
Yes,
all
sir.
right, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be well. God bless. Love you guys.
See you guys. See y'all Wednesday. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.